7 years ago, he retired to marry his now wife, going from the biggest Chad in the world to the fattest. He may look like an unk at only 27 years old, but because a bounty is placed on him, we get to see him in action. Now, throughout the manga, Sakamoto proves his god of killing title. He performs feats that go beyond physics, claiming not a degree in anime bullshit science, no, he's got the masters. For instance, how does Sakamoto take a vacuum cleaner to suck on somebody's head to slam them through a wall? So first things first, Sakamoto is widely regarded by multiple assassins as the best in the business. He was trained by Satoda, a retired assassin who's famous for unparalleled martial arts in Aikido. Let's just say he was taught by the best, which means Sakamoto is a master at martial arts with expert acrobatics. How else do you think his fat ass is jumping 20 meters in the air like it's nothing, doing flips, and is extremely flexible? On top of that, Sakamoto knows how to manipulate pressure points, giving him the power to disable opponents in the blink of an eye. And don't think you can sneak up on him either. Sakamoto's instinctive reactions and enhanced senses let him catch bullets with a simple cough drop. Like, believe it or not, Sakamoto even blocked an attack from someone using an invisibility suit, which is just insane. His body reacts so quickly that he can handle threats he can't even see. And this is an important time to bring up that Sakamoto is the only character who can completely hide his thoughts from Shin at will. Shin can't read anything if Sakamoto doesn't want him to. This is like when Batman masked his thoughts against an enemy, playing a song in his head instead. And yeah, I did just compare this guy to this guy. However, due to being a prodigy with unparalleled talent, Sakamoto has accelerated development in battle, meaning if an enemy is too fast at first, he'll adapt and catch up in no time, kinda like Saitama's Limitless. This was especially apparent when he started matching Kindaka's speed, even though he was initially too fast for Sakamoto, given the fact that he is the fastest assassin in the entire manga. Now, another skill that makes Sakamoto a godly assassin compared to others is his versatility. He's like Jackie Chan out here. You put any weapon in his hands and he's a master immediately. Guns, bombs, knives, you name it. He's been a sharpshooter since he was 14 and was actually the best in Jaw, where recently he only became second. But what makes him even stronger is that if there's anything nearby, like a spoon, a mop, or even food, Sakamoto can turn it into a lethal weapon. That's why Rion Akao and Nagamo were stated to be roughly equal, but she claims that if they were placed in a 1v1 with a room of random objects, Sakamoto would win 100 out of 100 times. Now, a good example is his John Wick-like fights, where he uses a pen, yeah, you heard that right, a pen to defeat his enemies on the plane as part of the JCC test. And if you thought that was impressive, check this out. Sakamoto once trained 100 meters underwater, and what do you think he did? He fought multiple sharks! This was during an undersea mission. He built up a crazy high lung capacity because of it, showing his skill in adaptation under extreme conditions. But Sakamoto ain't just skill when fighting, he's got brains too. His photographic memory helps him remember complex details, like the exact composition of bombs he only glanced at years ago when facing Boyle. And then, people, the most important one in any anime character, if you don't have this, you're trash according to the community. This guy has aura. Literally, people say his mere presence feels like a powerful weapon. Like this dude who states Sakamoto is truly the ultimate assassin. Like, Sakamoto's aura is so strong that despite Boyd being feared for killing 200 people and was known as a powerhouse, even he shoots bricks just by seeing Sakamoto in his skinny form. So this whole idea throughout the manga that this man Sakamoto is the Kami of killing scaling, it seems plausible, given the fact that he has beyond human capability. Like, you'd think flaming saunas would have anyone begging for relief, but Sakamoto, he's totally chill in temperatures high enough to cause spontaneous combustion. Then he'll casually take an ice bath at 1 degree and call it tepid, and even withstand potent poisons like Kobayashi's, when he straight up tanks it and proves he's resistant to it, whereas other assassins were incapacitated. But a power scaling video will never be complete until we learn how much he can lift and what's his full power, how fast is Sakamoto, and what's his defense like. Because guess what? I only just got started. The first thing we see him do is somehow stop a bullet with a cough drop. The force required to do this is gonna get power scalers going nuts measuring this guy's spit, right? But this also tells us that casually, Sakamoto is faster than 800 miles per hour. But when saving his wife from a bus jacking, he uses a stop sign to halt it, and this looked like nothing for him. A bus in Japan with people on it completely full usually weighs 5 tons, and when accounting for the force of speed, it's approximately 27,783 newtons of force needed to stop it in around 3 seconds. So that's basically Sakamoto with this feat. What he just did, he's holding up nearly 3 elephants.
Excuse me, what?
However, you might not think that's impressive, right? Yeah, I've seen better, stronger anime characters in other shows, but this is a fat ass man, right? So let's take Sakamoto's power to another level because he gets even stronger. In chapter 18 against Mashimo, he dodges a sniper bullet at point blank range, upgrading his speed to be faster than sound. Sakamoto then uses a rock from a huge distance to destroy the sniper, making Mashimo question whether or not Sakamoto is even human. Now let's ignore the insane accuracy it takes to do this from hundreds of meters away and focus on the power. The pressure alone to make steel fail is about 50,000 psi, which means if someone realistically got hit by that rock that he threw, they would obliterate instantly and die. These inhuman levels of strength seem normal for Sakamoto because in chapter 22, he used his bare hands to destroy a mechanical dinosaur, breaking its teeth and bones like they're nothing. And when the story moves forward, his feats start to get even more absurd. The scene in chapter 33, it's I'm just laughing just thinking about it. It's absolutely hilarious because it made my jaw drop. Now get this. He throws his wife hundreds of feet into the sky and catches her later on. Now, given the fact he's throwing a 50-kilo woman that high into the air, that alone is crazy. But while she's in the air, gravity doing its job within a second, Sakamoto destroys every single threat before she can even notice. So at this point of the story, we've already established that even in his fat form, Sakamoto easily reaches hypersonic speeds somewhere between Mach 10 and Mach 25, which tells us that this dude is definitely you shouldn't mess with, even if you think he's weaker than you, because he's still gonna get the dub. Now, to enjoy more peak fiction, watch this video about the Order where we break down the entire organization regarding their members.